Today is a beautiful day. The sun is shining and birds are chirping and coming to the feeder that I have hanging out. My cat keeps going to cuddling with me, to running to the window to check out the birds. And my day is completely derailed and ruined. Okay, not ruined. Hi, I am former Fundy. Welcome to my channel if you are new. If you're a return viewer, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And if you aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. You can also help support my videos by liking and hyping, I guess. I don't really know what hyping does, but maybe if my videos get hyped enough, I'll find out. I don't know. I don't know. Because I couldn't go about my original plan today, I decided I would check in with all of you, give you a fun and positive life update, and talk about what that update means for us. Now, my hair is wet because I did not plan on being perceived yet today. I didn't think I would be interacting with people face to face until much later, but it is what it is. Also, question, I've been color correcting my videos lately, and so has my ghostly pallor been off-putting? Let me know in the comments. So, an update for me and why I'm actually displeased about the chirping birds today and a snuggly cat, which I normally would love, because recently I started submitting auditions to be an audiobook narrator, and I've already received some offers and I have some projects that I'm currently working on. So I've been spending a lot of time lately recording and editing my audio for these audiobooks. But unfortunately, I don't have the ability to create a dedicated recording space in my tiny apartment, and so I have to just do the best with what I have here as my setup with my computer. And so far, it had been going pretty well. But one of the things I do at the start of my days now to help warm up my voice and get ready is I actually will look through the other submissions and submit 1 to 2 new auditions to books that I would be interested in voicing, and just going through the audition and recording and editing that usually gets my voice all raring and ready to go to read chapters at a time of the projects that I'm working on. However, what I noticed today when I was editing one of the auditions I was going to try to submit is that the birds are chirping so loudly outside that even my directional mic is picking up sounds that are coming from the birds like way over there. And in the past, it hadn't been a problem. Like, the birds were chirping more quietly. And so I almost, on the one hand, my cat is really enjoying the bird feeder being back up now that I finally put it back up. But on the other hand, it's attracted a lot of very loud, noisy birds, and it's made it impossible for me to record today. Luckily, I'm ahead on my projects, but I still really wanted to try to be productive in some way today. So I decided to record this video for you all. Also, I don't know if it's picking it up for this because the recording quality for these videos is a little bit lower than the quality that I'm getting when I'm just recording my voice through Audacity for these audiobooks. But one of my neighbors, I'm not sure what it is, but there's this like rocking that's happening. Not in a sexual way. I don't know if maybe they have furniture on their patio and the wind is making it rock, but my mic is picking that up too, which is really frustrating. And so I need to try to figure out how to soundproof this space. But the problem is, this is a very open space. I've made it try to look a little cozy, but my apartment is really just like one big open area. That's the living area and the kitchen and what's supposed to be a dining area, which I'm in right now. But instead, my husband and I have our computers set up here. Like, if I move this a little bit, you can see where my husband's computer is underneath a tower. Try to fix that. We had to put that tower there because the cat always wanted to sit and lay on top of my husband's computer, and that's not good for the fan. So we got a little shelf that fits directly over the computer, and the cat sometimes will just lay there and sleep. So everybody wins. And then like the kitchen is over there. So it's just a very like loud open space. I already have to do quite a bit to make this setup for my recordings and tear it down all the time because there's really just not room to leave it up. But it would be even more challenging to move everything back and forth from here to the bedroom because there's not space for all of this in the bedroom normally to have a more, I don't know what to do. The sound quality was doing well. It was doing really great, but just for whatever reason, the birds are so loud today. And if it is still getting picked up for this, I don't mind that. And I don't think you guys mind it either when you hear some like cat purring when my cat is cuddling up on my lap. But that's not okay for a professional audiobook recording. If you got a book on Audible that had all of that sort of background noise in it, you would probably want to return it. And I don't want to be the type of audiobook narrator that people are just returning my stuff because the sound quality is bad. But what does that mean for us? So audiobooks are very, very time consuming. It's not just about the length of the book itself because I'm human. I make mistakes while I'm recording. Luckily, most of the time I catch those mistakes and just reread the line and I'm able to edit that out. But sometimes I'll make mistakes, like I'll see the word consistently on the page and for some reason my brain reads that as constantly and then I say constantly instead of consistently, and I have to go back and fix that in post and re-record it. And so between the recording and editing and retakes and then mastering, it takes much more than double the length of the entire book to produce an audiobook as a narrator. Of course, unless I was paying someone to edit for me, and I'm not at that level of prominence in the narrator community that I'm getting so many projects that I can afford to pay for someone to edit and audio engineer for me. Maybe one day, but I'm not there yet. A lot of the time that would be available for me to sit and record for you is also the time that would be appropriate for me to sit and record for that. That makes me money. And this channel, unfortunately, at this point, doesn't. And while I hope it will someday, I have a bit of an aversion to some of the things that I should be doing that would help that. Because as those of you know who have been following and watching my channel, I used to be a missionary. So for those of you who are not aware, I used to be a missionary, and the organization that I was with, we had to raise our own funds. And so I spent a good deal of time, I have spent years worth of time traveling around from church to church, preaching and getting people to like donate money to go to my missions budget on like either like pledging monthly support or giving one-time gifts, and also talking to individuals and friends and family members to do this too. And I hate that. I hate sales. And a lot of those things, if you want to make money on YouTube and be successful, you're supposed to do. Like, I should be plugging ways for you guys to give to me monetarily. For example, I reached the threshold for YouTube to turn on channel memberships, but I don't want to turn that on until I can actually give and provide something for what you guys would be paying that's extra than the rest of the channel. But at the same time, do I want to start producing extra stuff that's behind a paywall that nobody is probably going to pay for? I don't know. Because I don't see myself, I don't know. I don't see myself pushing channel memberships. Maybe that's just something I would have to get over and try to do. People can also give super thanks now. And I guess if anyone ever did give a super thanks on a video, I would shout them out in a future video. Not necessarily the next video that comes out, because with the way my neurodivergent brain works, I tend to batch record and then batch edit. So I'll sit down and I'll film like 2 to 3 to 4 videos in one day. Probably not today though, because like I said, my day is not going as planned at all. And then edit those and schedule them and have them out. But if you did give super thanks, you would get a shout out in a future video, but it would have to be from, when I see it and whatever I'm recording then, because from when you gave a super thanks, there might be like 2 to 3 videos already scheduled in between before I would be able to say anything, which is just a little awkward. But I would shout you out if you felt generous enough to do that. Maybe I should have a Patreon, but again, I don't know who would pay for that. And I don't know what I would provide there. I'm just really burnt out when it comes to trying to market and sell myself, which is a weird contradiction because it's kind of what YouTube requires. I hate that YouTube's system is that the first tier of monetization is me being able to ask people individually to give me money by becoming a channel member or giving a super thanks, instead of having the AdSense and advertisements first. I feel like that should be first. And when you're even bigger, that's when you can turn channel memberships on. I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason they do it the way that they do it, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Sadly, I think a lot of my subscribers don't like me anymore because I have around 700 subscribers, but my videos get very, very low views. So I'm thinking that a lot of my subscribers aren't active anymore, that a lot of them are from my original attempt at this channel before I came back with a face. But I still really like doing this, and even if it's always just a hobby, I get benefit out of doing this, and I like the editing process, even though I don't very much like looking at my face or my voice, which probably seems pretty weird, especially now that I've revealed that I'm also doing audiobook narration, but that's actually really common in the VO space of voiceover people or voice actors and actresses not enjoying listening to their own voice, but enjoying the act of using their voice to bring characters to life or to narrate things. And so it's kind of like I enjoy the performance of a lot of things, but I don't like watching my own performances because I'm not my type. But I am other people's type, and I can recognize that. All of that to say, I am going to do my best to try to keep consistently delivering weekly videos for you all, because I do really enjoy this and I do really cherish this channel. However, I also know that I am currently a lot busier than usual working on this audiobook narration, and it does take up a lot of time, and the times that are appropriate for recording do very much overlap with the times that would be appropriate for recording videos for this, except in cases like today where the birds are just too freaking loud, just too loud. So with that, I hope you have an awesome day and a wonderful week, and if you are in a place that is sunny and the birds are chirping, enjoy it, because I'm not enjoying it today. So enjoy it for me. Bye.